The president-elect is busy getting ready for his second term in the White House.
Yeah, he's pledging to crack down on illegal immigration on day one of his new administration. He's also, meantime, making history.
Yeah, for the first time, a woman set to be the White House chief of staff. Trump announced his campaign manager, Susie Wiles, will become his chief of staff. And joining us now with more is ABC News deputy political director, Averi Harper. Thank you so much for being here with us. I want to start first with Susie Wiles' appointment. Do you think that this is, in a way, maybe a sign about Trump's approach in his second term? Is it an olive branch to women, or is it just the fact that she's the best person for the job?
Listen, I don't think that this was about the history of it. Of course, they made note of that as they announced her position, but Susie Wiles is inarguably the backbone of Trump's operation of his campaign. She was able to deliver a win for him in a way that folks didn't think was possible. And so I think that she's going to be serving as someone who is respected not only in MAGA circles, but also with the Republican establishment. She's going to be somebody who's going to be keeping for the former president and now president-elect on message.
This could not be an easy feat, especially when we look at history, right? This role of hers. How has she managed to do it? You know, keep Trump on message and keep him on those key issues like the economy and immigration during the campaign, while also allowing Trump to be Trump, as she has said herself. How might that dynamic influence her role, and could it be helpful to her that she's been able to strike that balance?
Look, it's definitely her secret sauce. Listen, she is the only campaign manager for the former president, now president-elect, that has survived an entire campaign cycle. And so I think that's an indication of the ability that she has to manage and allow for Trump to be Trump while also focusing on some of these issues. I think she's going to be operating a lot in the background. She also has the buy-in of Trump's family. His sons really respect her. And so I think that's going to help her navigate this transition. She's also going to be serving as a gatekeeper for President-elect Trump. A lot of times in the first term, we saw him kind of taking the advice of whoever was the last person in the room. She's going to be the last person in the room, and she's going to be making sure that they stay on message.
Interesting.
That's a good point. It should come to no surprise that one of Trump's main objectives in his second term is going to be mass deportations. He's been talking about it the entire time he's been running. Do you think that he can go day one on the ground and do this, or will there be legal challenges? We already know Illinois Governor Pritzker has come out and said, you know, hey, we're going to protect people here.
Right. I think that they are laying the groundwork for mass deportations come the first days of the Trump administration. Of course, there are going to be legal challenges in places where we have Democratic governors. I think also what happens in the House is going to be really critical to all of this. Should Republicans maintain control of the House, it's going to be easier for the Trump administration to move forward with this. If Democrats get control of the House, there's going to be really intense pushback, which could, you know, delay any sort of mass deportation efforts.
What about the budget in terms of this? Because he said that there's going to be no price tag. How does that impact things?
Right. Again, this all will end up in the House. The House is who allocates funds for all of these efforts. So again, it's all up in the air. But of course, I think Democrats, should they take control, they're going to push back really hard on this. The former president and president-elect says that there's no price tag on this.
Yes, he did.
What did you take from yesterday with President Biden in his speech, really preaching unity and saying there will be a peaceful transfer of power?
Right. He has really said that there's going to be a smooth transition of power. That was not something that his administration was granted as they transitioned into the White House. And so I don't think, even though there's really sharp policy differences between these two administrations, that's going to be a real issue as we head toward Inauguration Day.
Always good to chat. Thank you so much,
Thanks
Averi. Appreciate it.